I put everything and everyone in front of myself, just like I had been taught by my mother. I had vowed to never be like my mother. Don't we all make that promise to ourselves that we would never be like our mother? Even if your mother is or was a wonderful woman, there were those pieces of her that you just wanted to leave behind. Those are the pieces that I have brought into my life. You see, she did everything for everybody. She was everybody's go-to. She never really dreamed out loud, which left her feeling terribly sad and always tired. So fast forward, I'm 800 miles from home, from anything that's familiar. Our condo had just been foreclosed on. Our business had failed, all because I lost one corporate client. Our lives changed forever. I was married, I was a caretaker for a family member, and I had reinvented myself, but this time on a zero budget. I have no idea how I did it. And I was incredibly sad. I was an exact replica of my mother. I was numb, disconnected from my body and from my life. My whole life felt like Groundhogs Day. Same shit, different day, no end in sight. Have you ever felt like that? Just like, why am I bothering to get up? Because it's going to be the same thing that it was yesterday and the day before that. The voice in my head was like, yo, is this all there is to your life? I loved my husband. I loved him, but I hated my life. And I often found myself fantasizing about my life before moving, my life before marriage, where it was just me, and I had an opportunity to breathe and just be. Instead, I was exhausted before I even opened my eyes in the morning. It was just go, go, go. Something to do, somewhere to go, something to take care of, some fire to put out. Just go. My boundaries were flimsy at best. I wanted to be the good wife, so I just put my head down. I didn't complain. I just did my work because, I wanted to prove my worth. I worked way too hard, put way too many hours into my business. I had no balance. We were so tired and we had no privacy. So our romance suffered. On and on it went until I made a decision. I wanted off this ride, and I was going to do whatever it took in order to make sure that that happened. I had enough. I made changes on a daily basis that didn't require a lot of time. Because remember, I was already spent mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. I put my boundaries back in place. I made the decision to choose me, regardless what that would look like inside or outside of my marriage. Listen, it is my mission to help women live sensually connected, bolder, bigger lives, full of purpose and their dreams realized. I don't want another woman feeling like my mother did, dying with her dreams inside of her. I don't want another woman to live like I was living when I contemplated walking away from my marriage. And this was my dream man. But I was so disconnected from my entire life, from my body, that I had nothing else to give. I was absolutely depleted. I mean, to think that we're living in a time where the first woman might be elected as President of the United States, and we're still having to have this conversation. Only we're having it in silence, in the shadows, in shame. I want you to be able to look back at your reflection in the mirror and say, this is a woman that I am absolutely crazy and on fire about. I want you to have fuller relationships with yourself, with your spouse, with your children, with everyone you come into contact with. I want them to be on fire because they can feel you being connected and caring about them because you have filled your cup first. They say, put on the oxygen mask first. This is not a drill. This is actually what has to happen in your life. Inbox me. Say yes. No more delaying and putting somebody else or putting something else in front of what your desires are. This is your time. You deserve this. I want this for you. I cannot wait to connect with you.